If you've inherited a house in Texas and one heir wants to sell while another heir doesn't, probably thought to yourself, can heirs force the sale of a probate house in Texas? The answer is sometimes yes, sometimes no. Let me explain how this all works. If you're new to the channel, my name is Nate Clark. I'm a probate-focused realtor here in Austin, Texas. I help heirs and executors sell inherited property here in Austin and in Central Texas. Now, this situation is extremely common. When inheriting a house and there are multiple heirs, the heirs oftentimes have different financial situations, different perceptions of value on the property, different levels of emotional attachment to the property, and different timelines. While this feels like a legal or a real estate issue, this is usually a family dynamics and communication issue first and foremost. Now, here's the key concept that clears up most confusion when it comes to a situation like this. Heirs do not control the sale of a property. It is solely the executor or the administrator that controls the sale of the property if it's in the estate's best interest. Once probate is open and the court appoints an executor administrator, that person has the sole legal authority to decide whether or not to sell the house. They can sign legal documents, hire professionals, work with title companies to facilitate the sale of the property. And that's even if one or more heirs disagree. There are situations where heirs may be able to force a sale, but they're a lot more specific. This can happen when there's no executor appointed yet, the property has already passed out of probate, heirs own the property together as co-owners, or the estate has been closed and title has been transferred to the heirs. In those cases, an heir may be able to pursue a partition action, which is basically a legal order that forces the sale of a jointly owned property. But this is typically a last resort. In real life, most disputes are resolved when authority is clearly explained, realistic market value is presented, heirs understand how proceeds will be divided, emotional concerns are acknowledged, neutral professionals are involved in the process, and once people understand the process, most of the time disputes cool off significantly. Delays usually hurt everybody. When a house sits because of disagreement, carrying costs increase, the condition of the home can deteriorate, family tensions escalate, and in a lot of situations, the final sale price can actually go down. Moving forward with a clear plan usually protects everybody's interests and timelines. If you're dealing with an inherited house in Texas and there's a disagreement about selling, understanding who has authority and who can or can't force a sale makes a huge difference. If you're navigating this and you want help understanding what your options look like, including value, timeline, and who has authority, I'm happy to walk you through the real estate side of things whenever it would be helpful. And you'll find all my information down below.